Alright guys, we got it. The newest addition to the Natasha Denona line, the mini Gloom palette. I did do a short little shopper drop on this just to give my first impressions upon seeing it, but now it is in my hand. I also am going to have to utilize the Macrotech eye crayon in taupe, which I wasn't going to purchase, but I saw a lot of you comment that you love this eyeliner, so I thought I'd give it a go. This is a $27 5-pan eyeshadow palette that's made in Italy, is cruelty-free, and is based around like gloomy, droomy, very fall tones if you ask me, but it's supposed to be cool toned. A lot of you were questioning a pink shade being thrown in here. It doesn't look too pink to me, but I haven't opened it up yet. But moody, mossy tones is the vibe of this today. Let's just go ahead and take a look and get to swatching on this. Same classic packaging as all of the other Natasha Denona mini palettes. And then here's the back with the shade names and any other details you might want to pause and take a look at. And here are what the colors are going to look like at the end of the video. After I've done my swatches and my eyeshadow looks, I will compare these to other palettes that you guys were curious about. But let's go ahead and swatch these. So the first color that we have is Cinder, which is a matte, dark, dusty olive taupe. Very pigmented. Then we have a metallic light taupe champagne shade. It is definitely like almost grayish. In the middle here we have Moss, a matte medium muted olive. They feel pretty good just upon that initial swatch. Okay, I'm curious about Moss here. It's a little grayy, a little green, has some beige in there, some gray in there. These Huda Beauty contour lip stains, I cannot get them off my hand. I swatched them yesterday for a different video. This one I thought was so interesting. It's a sparkling metallic dusty petroleum green. It looks like a dark pewter almost. And then this one a lot of people thought was pinky since it is described as a light medium dusty rose in the metallic formula. In some lights it looks pink to me, and in other lights it looks like kind of like a beigey champagne. So it does look like a pewter gray to me, but you can see the sparkles. And this, it's not like super pink. All of these are definitely pretty cool toned. Yeah, I mean, it's a grungy kind of palette for my grungy girls. I think it swatched pretty decent. This was also in the launch. I believe it has been available before, but it's the perfect color to go with this palette. The eye crayon in taupe that, again, I'm going to swatch it on my other hand. That a lot of you guys, I know, did a kindergartner draw this? A lot of you guys said you really love this. This is an interesting shade. I'm curious how I'm going to end up utilizing this. If I'm being honest, with the looks that she had on the website, to me, and you know, Natasha Denona is amazing. She's an amazing makeup artist, but I didn't love the looks as much with this palette that were on the website. I thought some of them just looked a little too messy for my vibe. Putting a little bit, maybe not any eye primer, got stuck. Just a little bit of eye primer on. I do have some concealer on, and I just realized time has been getting past me, you guys. I leave for Spain so soon for my wedding, and I realized I have to figure out what the heck makeup I'm gonna wear. I've been like sitting on my hands and not dealing with that, so I'm thinking this is the base. I'm gonna change out the blush color, but I think I have the base products figured out, but still not my eyes and lips, so I'm gonna have to play around with that. But that's not relevant to this. But the base, for the most part, these products I think is what I'm gonna wear, because I think my skin looks really nice with these. Okay, first things first, I actually want to play with these three for a look, and then I think we can incorporate this. But I need to see this as the base color. The Moss, because I'm just so curious how this looks all over the eyelid. While I am trying to create cute looks, you guys know, I'm really also just trying to test the quality of this palette, make sure no shades look too close to one another. So I'm doing looks, but I'm basing them on how can I best review these shades and try as many as possible. Luckily, there's only 5 shades. This is quite pigmented, and this is, I would say, a pretty unique color. Very unique green, gorgeous for the fall. Yeah, this palette's definitely not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It's for a certain vibe. I think that's kind of gorgeous. Wow, I really love that shade. I'm going to go ahead and pop that along the lower lash line as well. Taking a tighter brush, I'm going to take the darkest shade in the palette, Cinder. Let's see how well this pairs with Moss. Really beautiful pairing. With these 5 fan palettes, they are created intentionally that all of the colors are going to look good together, because you're not supposed to get a plethora of looks with these palettes. The more you can get, the better the palette, of course, but these are all supposed to work really well together, and I mean, that is gorgeous, blended beautifully. I'm just loving how these two are working together. Good formula too. I mean, it's still not the OG, but they're working out beautifully. Okay, and then we're gonna brighten up with this second shade here. My brush is not wet, so this is just how it's going to apply. Gonna carry it up here. That's beautiful. I'm gonna test this shade in the center of the lid, but if I were to put this all over, that is such a beautiful look. I'm actually gonna take a smaller brush and use that same shade down here. And because I'm curious, I need to see how this looks in the center. Okay, I think against these shades, it's looking more green and less blue. Oh my gosh, this look is gorgeous. I mean, when they create these palettes, it's pretty much supposed to give you a specific kind of look, but these are just well married colors. Absolutely stunning. I'm gonna put the taupe liner on. Give that a little smudge. And then, last thing, I just want to see how this would look in the inner corner. It might be too deep. No, that actually is nice and bright, and it is very different from the lid shade. I love this. I want to put this on the other eye, but I want to test a little bit more versatility. So I'm just going to do a very simple look for this next one, because I want to see if this can pull a little bit more neutral. So I'm just going to do maybe like 2-3 colors max. So I'm taking Cinder, and I'm just going to press it in the outer corner, and then very carefully blend that out. I figured with this look, we used all 5. So let's see if we can get a simple 2 and done look. That's a little bit more, I'm gonna say natural, but you know, this palette isn't for my natural people. Like, this can create some mean, grungy, smoky eyes. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my flat shader brush, and we're gonna go into Glint and just pop this all over. I just want to see how this rose, as they describe it, shade is. If it's like super rosy, which it's really not. I think it's got a lot of gray in there. I'm really not seeing a lot of rose, which I think for most of you guys is a good thing, because most of you guys were like, we don't need another pink. It's really not that pink, at least against my skin tone. It's just a true metallic shade, and this is kind of neat that you can get a look like this. Not so green, so you're not married to the green when you use this palette. I mean, this is quite pretty. I'm gonna just run this along the lower lash. I'm gonna put taupe in my waterline, and we'll kind of smudge it. This is such a unique eyeliner shade, but I see why you guys like it. Wow, between the mixture of the two, you can really get a lot of depth. Very, very neat. This eyeliner has very good glide. I know my blush is so warm, it's not going with this look, sorry. I was testing for my wedding, so it's just gonna have to be that way, but both of these looks are so pretty. I'm really liking this. Okay, let me do my lashes, I'll be back. I just went in with the grunge. We had to do a velour big fat lash, very 2016. And then lips, I have Lawless, Forget the Filler lip liner in Kiss, and then Natasha Denona Noah, which is the perfect fall lip to pair with this eyeshadow, that Noah lipstick, because it's so cool tone, beautiful. Okay, so I'm really liking this palette a lot. I love the looks I came up with. It's not a ton of versatility, but you can get a few different looks with this, like at least 3 or 4 quite different looking looks, and the colors go so beautifully together. They were made for each other, you can absolutely tell. So more of the story, if this is a color story that you think you would wear and that you like it, it is absolutely worth it. If it's not a color story that's in your wheelhouse that you wouldn't feel comfortable using often, you could pass. So it's just a matter of, it's only good if you're gonna like these colors. But I really like this, and I think it's a bit different from what Natasha has been launching lately. So I'm very curious if they were to ever create like a midi palette based off of the Gloom, what we could get with it. I think it would be an amazing like Halloween kind of palette. But of course, you guys wanted to know how this compared to other palettes. The most asked about palette was the Mini Star. And so here's how they look side by side. They definitely are in the same family for sure. I of course swatched them side by side. So here is the Gloom, and then here's the Mini Star. Now you can see Mini Star was a different era of formulas. These are just thicker and creamier, whereas the Gloom palette is that new drier formula. So you can see that difference in the swatches. They have like, other than this pairing here, they have a sibling, but slight tone differences. A little bit warmer as well, the Mini Star is overall. Also got a lot of comments wanting to see it compared to Mini Retro. Can definitely see some similarities. And here they are. So the top two don't have a match, but here they are pretty, not close. Again, they're different tones for sure, but they have some colors that play very similar roles. Definitely different formulas too in Mini Retro. And lastly, I wanted to compare it to the Mini Gold because the Mini Gold had mostly this green right here that I wanted to see how it compared. Yeah, these are complete different palettes. You can see the gold here. Yeah, complete different formulas too. That Mini Gold is just the formula that I miss. But yeah, not the same at all. Nice and grungy today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts about the Mini Gloom palette. Are you planning on picking it up? And how about this taupe liner? It is a very, very unique color, and I'm into it for this whole vibe. I mean, the best part about my job is that I get to experiment with looks like this. I don't know that I'm going out in grungy makeup if this were not my job, but it is so, so fun to have something to experiment with. There's just not a lot of products coming out like that anymore. So let me know your thoughts on this down below. Are you picking it up? As always, I will have the links to pick it up down below. It is available in the US on the Natasha Denona website, and it's an Ulta Beauty exclusive, but I do know in Europe it will be available at Sephora. So I'll have everything that I'm wearing linked down below as well for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.